See the nice color in it? Nice texture. You could put this on pasta. You can have it with baguette like I'm having in just a minute here. Hey everybody, welcome to It's Just Food with Mike. I'm Mike. I'm going to show you how to make pesto today. Very, very easy. You'll need a handful of ingredients. You need basil, toasted pine nuts, Parmesan cheese, and olive oil, salt possibly. First, I'm going to make a croutons to go dip into the pesto. So all we're going to do is cut a baguette on the diagonal here. About that size and about that thick. Not thick at all. Just a handful of these. And I've got a sheet tray here with a sill pad on it. You can use foil. You can use parchment paper. Lay these out. Here, that's not going to do well. Here, let me even it out. There we go. Now some olive oil. Now, when it comes to olive oil, I'm not brand loyal. You want pure olive oil. You don't want to use extra virgin olive oil. I really don't use it for much. You'll see I almost never use it. But you don't want to get something that doesn't say pure olive oil like this one does, okay? Because they do things in the processing of it that I don't. They put chemicals in some of it to eliminate smells and odors and tastes. This is just pure olive oil is all this is. So we're going to start with that. Just drizzle a little bit on there and brush it around. Throw a little salt on it and pop it in the oven. Okay, so I drizzled a little bit of olive oil on there. Brush it around to get it even as much as you can. You don't need a lot. Sprinkle some salt. Pop it in an oven. I got it set to 400 degrees. It may take 5-10 minutes until they're golden brown. Okay, so now we have to toast the pine nuts. There's two ways of doing it. There's in a pan like this, which I'm going to show you guys, or you can do it in an oven on a sheet tray. On a dry pan, I'm adding no oil, anything to this. I'm just going to put my pine nuts in here, and I'm going to move them around a little bit. I don't want to let them go too far. If you let these go too far, they'll burn, and that's not what you're looking for. So I've got 1.5 ounces of pine nuts in here. That's what the recipe calls for, 1.5 ounces of toasted pine nuts. Okay, so we have them in the pan here. We kind of want to move them around a little bit here and there. We don't want it to sit, because if it sits too long, you get scorch marks on the pine nuts, and that's not what we're looking for. Okay. We just want to get some color on these. We're not going to toast them to dark brown or anything. Okay, so now we're starting to get some color on here. You can start seeing some browning. You don't want smoke. You want just some color. You see you're getting some toast on there now. Now we got to move these a lot so they don't burn. That's about it. That's where we want to go with them. We don't want to take them any more than that or they will burn. Okay, so now that the pine nuts are cooled off enough, you don't want them hot, because the last thing we want to do is raise too much heat with the basil. If you heat basil up too much, it'll turn black. And one thing you can do with the basil, I have 2 ounces of basil here, okay? My garden is overflowing with basil right now. If you ever had a basil plant, you know what I mean. It just takes over everything. So 2 ounces of basil, 2 ounces of Parmesan cheese, real Parmesan cheese, not the shaker kind. 1.5 ounces of toasted pine nuts, and 2 to 4 ounces of olive oil, the pure olive oil I was talking about. So I'm going to start actually with the pine nuts and the cheese into the food processor. I'm going to put the basil in last. I'm going to get these a little bit of a grind. to start. And I'll add salt if I need to. I may not need to because the cheese is pretty salty. It's going low for right now. Pulse. Okay. Now I'll add all the basil at once. And I rinse this. You can put this in a boiling water for about 3 or 4 seconds, then drop it in ice water and it'll get really bright green. I'm not messing with that right now. I don't need to do that. I literally just pulled this stuff out of my garden a little while ago. So it's fresh. And it should be pretty bright green. Missed one. So get a couple pulses. And while it's going, I'm going to have it on high. I'm going to drizzle the oil in. Okay, I'm going to taste it. Scrape down the walls a little bit here. Little salt. Needs a little salt. So we're there. Okay, so now we're going to transfer it over to our bowl here. You can see the nice color in it, nice texture. You could put this on pasta. You can have it with baguette like I'm having in just a minute here. That's it. Okay, so that's really the recipe. I mean, it's so simple. The hardest thing really is just toasting the pine nuts. And I would probably suggest you start in the oven. Do it that way. Just lay them out on a sheet tray. Toast them in the oven for a few minutes till they're golden brown. I changed the bowl just so it looks a little better on the plate. There's your tapenade. There's your pesto. Dip that in there. That's a lot of flavor, okay? So simple to do. Easy appetizer. Again, you can throw this just like that pasta I made in my last video. You throw this on there. That's a nice dish too. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you can. It's free. Share it with some friends. Comment. Hit the notification bell. We want to get this channel going. We want to get it up there. So it's with the big boys. Because I don't mess around. Okay, when I'm doing food, I'm doing it the right way. I'm showing you the easiest way to do stuff, the professional way. So I'll see you all next time. Have a good day.